Hello, welcome to my student support system. In today's class, we will discuss the structure and functions of heart. This lecture is in English, and if you want to study in Hindi, you can click on I button. You will get link of Hindi lecture, or even you can visit my channel, my student support system. So, what is circulatory system? The circulatory system includes the organs which are involved in circulation. It is also known as cardiovascular system. In this system, we study about blood and blood vessels and heart. We have already studied about blood and blood vessels in previous lecture. If you want to study that, you can go to subscription box. You will get link of that lecture. And you can visit the channel and search the blood and blood vessels there in the videos. So in this class we will study all about heart. The human heart weighs approximately 250 to 390 gram in men and 200 to 275 gram in women, and is a little larger than the individual's closed fist, being approximately 12 centimeter long and 9 centimeter wide. It is located in the thoracic cavity in the mediastinum. What is mediastinum? It is the space between both lungs and behind and slight left to the sternum bone. Heart is a muscular organ containing four chambers. Its main function is to pump the blood around circulatory system of the lungs and systemic circulation of the rest of the body. In the average day, the heart beats about 1 lakh times and never rests. It must continue its cycle of contraction and relaxation in order to provide a continuous blood supply to the tissue and ensure delivery of nutrients and oxygen and removal of waste products. Structure of heart. To easily understand the structure of heart, we divide in subtopics. And what are these subtopics? These are wall of the heart, chambers of the heart, wall of the heart, great vessels of the heart, and conduction system of the heart. Now we will study them one by one. First is wall of the heart. The heart wall is composed of three layers of tissue: the pericardium, myocardium, and endocardium. Pericardium. Pericardium is the outermost layer of the heart wall. It consists of two layers. One is outer layer that is made up of fibrous tissue, so that is fibrous pericardium, and the inner layer is serous pericardium. The fibrous pericardium is a tough and inelastic layer made up of dense, irregular connective tissue. The role of this layer is to prevent overstretching of the heart, and it also provides protection to the heart and anchors it in the particular place. The serous pericardium is a thinner and more delicate layer that forms double layer around the heart: the parietal pericardium and the visceral pericardium. So two layers again will be there. So total there will be three layers, keep in mind. So parietal pericardium, that is serous layer, it is the outer layer and is closely attached to the fibrous pericardium and is in continuation. It lines the fibrous pericardium. And the visceral pericardium, also known as epicardium, attached tightly with the surface of heart. Between the parietal and visceral pericardium, there is a thin film of a fluid known as pericardial fluid that reduces the friction between the membranes as the heart moves during each cycle of contraction and relaxation, means the heartbeat. The space containing the pericardial fluid is known as pericardial cavity. Here you can see this is the pericardial cavity. This is fibrous layer, fibrous pericardium. This is serous pericardium's outer layer, that is parietal pericardium, and this is visceral pericardium. Now myocardium. This is the middle layer. Myocardium is composed of specialized cardiac muscles found only in the heart. It is not under voluntary control, but it is striated like the skeletal muscles. It is seen like striated muscles but not voluntary. Each fiber of the cell has nucleus and one or more branches. The end of each cell and their branches are in very close contact with the another end of the another cell, and there are discs or joints in between these cells. Here you can see these are the discs. Okay, so they allow fast transmission of impulses. This gives the cardiac muscle the appearance of being a sheet of muscle rather than a large number of individual cells. Because of the end-to-end connectivity of the fibers, each one does not need to have separate nerve supply. They just pass on impulses on its own. Endocardium. This an inner layer lines the chambers of and the valves of the heart. It is very thin, smooth and glistening membrane permits smooth flow of the blood inside the heart. It consists of squamous epithelium cells, and it is in continuation with the endothelial lining of blood vessels. Now, chambers of the heart. The heart has four chambers. The two superior, or we can say upper chambers, which are receiving chambers, means they receive the blood, known as atria. In singular, we call it atrium. This is right atrium, this is left atrium, and combinedly we call them atria. And the two inferior, means lower. Okay, these are pumping chambers because they pump the blood, and known as ventricles. The right atrium forms the right border of the heart. This is right atrium, and it receives blood from three veins: superior vena cava, inferior vena cava, and the coronary sinuses. The left atrium forms the base of the heart. This is from most of the base of the heart, and it receives blood from four pulmonary veins. Between the atrias, there is a thin dividing wall known as interatrial septum. So here there will be interatrial septum. The right ventricles, which are lower chambers, the right ventricles receive blood from the right atrium and pump this blood into the pulmonary circulation. About pulmonary circulation, we will discuss in the next class. As the pressure in the pulmonary circulation is quite low, so the right ventricle is thinner than the left ventricle. The left ventricle receives blood from the left atrium and pump this blood into the systemic circulation, means whole of the body, via aorta. As the left ventricle has to pump the blood against higher pressure and to the whole body, greater distance up to the foot, head and hands. So it is much thicker, much powerful and having more muscles in the wall. Now, valve of the heart. There are some valves which allow one-way blood flow. Human heart have four valves. The tricuspid valve, here. The tricuspid valve is made up of three cusps or leaflets and lie between right atrium and the right ventricle. So this is tricuspid valve. The bicuspid valve is made up of two leaflets or two cusps and lie between the left atrium and left ventricle. The pulmonary valve is made up of three semicircular cusps and lies between pulmonary artery and right ventricle. Okay, so this is the pulmonary valve. And then there is aortic valve. This valve is made up of again three semilunar cusps and lies between aorta and left ventricle. Okay, so this is aortic valve. Now, great vessels of the heart, main big vessels. There are two big vessels, veins, and two big vessels, arteries. The largest veins of the body, that are superior vena cava and inferior vena cava, they empty their contents or deoxygenated blood into the right atrium. Then arteries, one is pulmonary artery, which take blood from heart to the lungs. Like all arteries, the pulmonary artery also carry blood from the heart, away from the heart. The aorta, this is the main artery and carry the blood away from the heart to rest of the body. Now conduction system of the heart, how heart beats. Heart possesses the property of autorhythmicity, which means it generates its own electric impulses and beat independently of nervous and hormonal control. The source of this electric activity is a network of specialized cardiac muscles known as autorhythmic fibers or conduction system of the heart. This system includes SA node, AV node, bundle of His, bundle branch, and Purkinje fibers. Normal electric impulse begin at the sinoatrial node, that is SA node, which is located in the right atrium and is rapidly transmitted across the atria. This ensures that the right and left atria, they are excited together and beat as one unit. The impulse is then transmitted to AV node, where further transmission is delayed for approximately 0.1 second. This ensures that atria have completely contracted before the ventricular contraction is initiated. Once the impulse have been held in the AV node, then it is transmitted down to the bundle of His. So bundle of His will be here. So SA node, AV node, and this is bundle of His. Then it is transmitted here, and then it divides into two bundle branch, one towards left ventricle and one towards right ventricle, and then they divide into small fibers known as Purkinje fibers. Okay, in the muscular wall of ventricles. Cardiac cycle. At rest, the healthy adult heart is likely to beat at the rate of 60 to 80. This is the range, beat per minute. During each heartbeat, it is known as a cardiac cycle. The heart contracts and then relaxes. The period of contraction is called systole and the period of relaxation is called diastole. Taking 74 beats per minute as an example, each cycle consists of 0.8 of a second and it includes three activities. Atrial systole means contraction of the atria, ventricle systole means contraction of ventricles, and complete cardiac diastole means relaxation of atria and ventricles. Now we come to heart sounds. There are four heartbeats or heart sounds during each beat, each corresponding to a particular event in the cardiac cycle. The first two heartbeats S1 and S2, they are easily distinguished through the stethoscope, and third and fourth normally cannot be heard, but they still are there. The first two heart sound are like labduk, labduk. The first sound S1 is lab, fairly loud, and is due to the closure of atrioventricular valve. The second sound, that is S2, is duk and is softer due to closure of aortic and pulmonary valve. The S3 is due to the blood turbulence during the rapid ventricular filling, and the S4 is due to blood turbulence during atrial systole or filling. For watching such videos, you can subscribe my channel, My Student Support System, like my Facebook page, My Student Support System, and for watching contents and making your notes, you can visit Blogger, mynursingstudents.blogspot.com. You can follow me for latest update on Twitter, Instagram, and join Facebook group Nursing Notes. Thank you. Have a nice day.